Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How are you guys doing today? We've missed you so much since last time, baby. We are back and we are better than ever. And today we're here with a really special guest. We're here with
Jael.
And make sure you watch this episode from start to finish. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you go check all her socials out. She put you on some game. You don't even know yet. So make sure you watch it. And we're going to run the intro now. Hey, hey. Hey, yeah, powerful mind, yeah, yeah. I'm so excited you're here. Yay. You are our first makeup artist that we're ever interviewing, and really because truly your content. I've actually followed you for a while now.
Yeah, we've both been following each other. Yeah, for some time now.
Yeah, for some time now. So with Powerful Mind and who I decided to come on, I will follow them for a little bit and see what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? If they're consistently doing their content, if they're consistently doing it, and just kind of really catch the vibe over a little longevity period. And girl, you're doing your thing. Yeah.
I'm out here trying to get caught trying. That's literally what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. And so I really want to deep dive into not only your actual craft, but also your creative side of everything and creating all the content with it. So just to start off, go ahead and tell the people your name, what you do, and then we'll kind of jump in from there.
So do you want me to tell them looking at the camera? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
We break the fourth wall here. We talk to the people.
All right. Hi to all the people. My name is Jael Alvarez Camias. I'm a pro makeup artist and I slay faces for a living.
Hey, and then so how did you, my question, because I'm just curious, where did you find that love for makeup?
Honestly, I used to paint and sketch a lot, and it started that I do comics of my life. So growing up, I have a whole bunch of sketchbooks, and it's moments with my family, and that's how I create, express my creativity. So then when I was a teenager, my mom was like, I don't really want you to play with makeup. I want you to enjoy being a kid. But then I started to get into it. And that's when on YouTube, 2016, it became popular to do galaxies on your face.
Yeah.
So you would put tape from your nose to your ears and you would just paint from here up.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's easy. I could do that.
Yeah.
So I started to do it. And then from there, I was like, man, I really like this. I totally went into the YouTube world. Then girls at school were like, can you do my makeup? And just people around me. And then I took a break. But then when I moved to this coast, I picked it back up again.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So literally the galaxy trend in 2016 is what got you.
Let me tell you, that thing, I was out here full galaxy in my face, Milky Way galaxy going on. Yeah.
And then I noticed too, back on your feed a little bit, that you did do more of creative makeup, having look like your face is popping out, and the cards,
Yes, I used to love doing those very intricate looks, and especially around Halloween time, that's when all those looks kind of become a trend, and you start playing around with it. I love it. I mean, it's not what I would wear to go out,
but
definitely on a Friday night if I'm bored. Oh man,
that's awesome. That's definitely it. That's awesome. And then so at what point you were okay, people are asking me to do their makeup, now I'm in the swing of doing makeup and being a makeup artist. At what point did it change from oh, well, I'm just doing this because I like this to okay, this is my business, this is what I'm doing, this is what I was meant to do?
So back when I was in Miami, I remember I was definitely doing it for free, just for friends.
Right, yeah.
But there was this girl that was getting married, and she needed someone. Why did she pick me? To this day, sometimes at night I can't sleep thinking that she let me do her makeup, and I was very beginner level. But from there, I was like, man, I could make a career out of this. But I honestly didn't believe in myself at the time, so I put it to the side. It wasn't until I came over here, and I think I did a few people, and I was like, man, I need to get back into this. I know I could dominate this. If I start over here. So that's kind of how I started.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then so where are you from originally?
So I'm from Miami, born and raised.
Let's go.
305, baby.
Okay.
305. Right there in Hialeah. So went to Westland. High school, went to James H. Wright Elementary, Filer Middle School, very Hialeah, very Miami. I think I embody that cube in Miami for sure.
Yeah.
Not 100%, but definitely certain things. And the Miami girl, the Miami accent. Oh yeah, for sure.
And then what brought you over here to this coast?
So when I got married to Lou, which you know, we had to figure out where we were gonna live, and obviously Miami's living is insane, and we really didn't want to do like an apartment. We really like were trying to focus on like, okay, we're doing such a simple wedding, such a simple everything. We might as well like really put our ducks in a row and like get property. And that's why we went like this way. And he already had like his career already lined up. He had just finished school. So it was like, and I was still kind of figuring out my career. I was in aviation actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
no way.
I was working aviation down in Miami. Yeah.
That's dope. And then so that aviation, you were like,
yeah, I was good at it. I was so good at it. But I've had every like job, like from server to working, you know, office jobs, like, you know, law office, whatever. Like I've done it. So I was really just trying to figure out who I am and what I wanted to do. And it really came like, you know, full circle with me being a kid and loving to paint and draw. And yeah, here we are.
That's awesome. And then so I also noticed on your page, like Slayed by Jay, like that whole set. What has been your journey from when you started makeup? Were you first just like fully mobile and like going to people? Did you have a spot that people came to for you? Like how has that worked for you in that journey?
When I started, I definitely was just mobile and I was going to anybody's home, which is really scary when you think about it because you don't know.
Yeah, nowadays.
Listen, I pray every time. Every time I get angry, I'm like, Lord, I'm like, please don't let this be a serial killer. But I was mobile. Then I did end up working, like renting out a suite, like a booth at a suite.
Oh, cool.
And then from there, I have now a home studio because we had an extra room. We just completely transformed it. But honestly, I feel like I do more mobile work.
Yeah.
Just because I'm out and about. And especially on the weekends, I kind of block my calendar so that if I'm in Sarasota, let's say for a wedding, I'm going to just book anybody that has an inquiry and is in Sarasota area. Okay.
And then so when you first were starting off, how did you start to like generate, you know, more consistent leads and like more consistent bookings for jobs?
Honestly, I feel like with this industry, it's a very big grind that even when you feel like, I don't feel like you ever feel like you've made it. I don't feel like I've made it at all. I've made progress. Absolutely. But you got to do a lot of work for free. Absolutely. You have to network a lot. I was doing my makeup and since I was in this area, I would go to UTC and like hand out business cards, just talk to girls and be like, hey, I'd go to like Sephora, Ulta, maybe like hang around there and then be like, hey, if you ever need a makeup artist. And they were looking at me like, who are you? You know, like, who is this crazy? And I get it. Like the world is weird. People are weird. But I was trying to put myself out there, looking for models all the time, working on just like friends, family, posting myself. And then I started like reaching out to other makeup artists that were like already well into their career. Yeah. And I was telling them, you know, if you ever need an assistant, if you need help with like a large party, I'm available. And that's just kind of how the ball started rolling.
Yeah. Okay. And then so you actually got like people who were like, yeah, actually I do.
Yeah. I had a makeup artist that she took a chance on me. She, you know, took me under her wing for me to start working with her. And that really helped out. And then from there I started connecting with other artists and doing the same thing, kind of assisting. That's kind of what it's called. I still assist to this day. And I think it's great, especially when you assist for artists that pay you very well and they respect you. Because I don't deal with the stress of booking it. I don't deal with the stress of back and forth with the client. They send me the date, the time, how many people, how much I'm going to get paid, and I either accept it or I don't.
Yeah. You're like, I just got to show up to this one.
I got to show up. I got to glam and I got to go.
Yeah. That's awesome. And so like and another reason why I really wanted to like have you on here too, because like obviously I interview a lot of creators, right? And so like doing makeup is like, even though some people may not be like, oh, well, that's not a creator. It is, because everything that you're saying as well is like completely applicable to being an actual like artist, a musician, you know, a producer, an engineer. The same way that you're like, oh, well, I'm hanging around these places, handing out these cards and, you know, asking people who are already established, like, do you need, you know, an assistant, stuff like that. It works the exact same way in any industry, like 100%. In any industry, you know? Yeah. So like you like she's putting you on game right now. If you ever heard it, she's putting you on game right now because
that's what I do, baby.
Because it really is applicable to a lot of things. And that's so awesome to hear that like you really did put in that footwork, because to look at like where you're at now, and like you said, you know, you feel like you haven't made it yet, but like you said, it's a big difference from where you started to where you're at now, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so how did you get from like, what do you feel like was the point where you're like, okay, I don't need to do as much like free work? Because that's something that a lot of new people who are new in any industry kind of like struggle with, I feel like, at first, of tiptoeing the line of, okay, well, I'm doing all these things for free for the exposure and the experience, but then it's like, now I gotta start like charging for what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah, I think I don't remember what point I thought like, okay, I need to stop doing things, because I still do work for free today. I will still, if the opportunity is gonna benefit me, and I don't even mean money wise, if it's gonna put me in rooms that I need to be in, absolutely, I will do it. If it will make sure that that person gives me a great review and promotes me to other people, it's 100% worth it. It doesn't matter the drive, the hours, whatever. I still do free work, but I definitely think it was probably after like the first year of like kind of getting into it, I was like, okay, maybe I should charge more than like $50. Like the foundation is $50. Like I definitely got to do a little more.
Yeah. And then so like that's another part of it too, is like the actual expense part of it, because every time you do somebody, you're quite literally using product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're quite literally using product that you have to replace to keep doing it. Yes. So do you have like any methods that you have of like keeping track of what you're spending and, you know, what you charge based off of, you know, different services, or to what extents?
Yeah. So what you should do, like if you are a makeup artist, is you should multiply like the cost of everything in your kit and multiply it by, I think, 0.01%. And that's how much you should be, you know, charging. Obviously, it varies by state. I know girls in Jersey, Miami, you know, Houston, Dallas, they are charging for one person what would be like two people for me. So it really depends what's going to be worth it. But when you see that people will fly you out or like pay for a very deep travel because they want you, it's like, okay, I can't go any lower than this. Yeah. But I would recommend doing that. And then, because it is true, every time that you do a client, especially with makeup, it's a lot of replacing. It's not just cleaning. Like, let's say a barber. Obviously, they got to replace certain products and barbicide, but they're tools, you know. They just charge them up, clean them up. With us, it's like, man,
you're literally discarding everything.
Yeah, and
if people like aren't like, you know, aware of like makeup artists, they literally have to use a lot of disposable stuff, right?
Disposable. Like the powder puffs that I buy, I gotta throw it away. The beauty blenders, once I use it on somebody, I either give it to them or I throw it out. Yeah, everything disposable. You gotta wash all those brushes by hand. I mean, that's annoying, but whatever. Yeah, but it's definitely like the product. Like you go through them like nothing.
Wow. Yeah. So that's dope. And it really is, like I said, like it really is like you have to have that entrepreneurial spirit to even like get to the point where you're at, you know what I'm saying? And that's super dope. And then so also curious, because content was not what content is now today. Yeah. When you first started, when you said back in 2016, right? Yeah. So you've seen that whole evolution of everything. So what was your point where you're like, dang, I really got to get into like this content game of like really posting, because you used to not post videos, I noticed too. No. So like what was that evolution for you from starting to with just like, oh, here are pictures of, you know, my makeup that I did, and then okay, let me amp it up, you know?
So 2016, that's kind of when I got into makeup, but that's definitely not when I started. Like for makeup artistry, I was just dabbling in it, you know, put my big toe in. But definitely wasn't until 2019. That's when I was already on this coast, and I was like, okay, this could be a career. I was just posting pictures here and there. I want to say, honestly, it wasn't until 2023 that I was like, the reels, I got to step it up with the reels. And then last year I took a master class with a makeup artist that I love called Tia. Oh, that's awesome. And it was very big on, this is your portfolio. This is not like back in the day. I don't know if you remember, but when you go to the mall, you see the girls working at MAC and they looked mad scary because they had like the cut crease at 9 a.m. and the goth boots, and they were, matte base for sure. It's not that time anymore. It's not, you don't have a printed anything. Everything's digital. And I think last year I really was like, okay, I got to turn it up a notch. So I started to post 3 times a week, and I wanted to make it like videos. Okay. A lot of them I've archived because looking back now, I'm like, friend, that should have stayed in the drafts. But yeah, that's kind of, I feel like last year, definitely I like turned it up. I had that fire under my butt, and I'm like, okay, I got to put in the work for sure.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And then, so what is your process like with your content? Because even from when I first started following you, I've seen like an evolution. You used to post a lot of like on your story. Right now, you're posting like your meals like on your story and everything.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So the process, I'm not gonna lie to you, being honest, I'm currently now in my own like creative rut, especially when it comes to not just personal content of filming myself, but with clients. And that can happen to, and I'm sure you felt the same way. We can really look at our work and think it is the worst thing ever. And it's because we're constantly moving the goalposts.
Right.
So we never see how far we've come. We're just looking at, oh man, I'm so far, but we're ourselves moving it, you know? So I'm myself in my own creative rut, to be honest. And what helps me is honestly either being out in nature, or I'll spend like an hour on looking through magazines, looking at Pinterest, like looking at art, looking at things that will like inspire me. Sometimes colors. The last time I was in a rut was like in summer. Okay. And I went to my mom's house. She had a whole bunch of orchids around. That was my grandma's favorite flower. She used to call me her flower. And then that like sparked that. I was like, wait a second. It was like the anniversary of her death. I was in a rut. I kept running into flowers and orchids specifically everywhere I would go. Wow, yeah. And it sparked me to do like a creative orchid makeup. And from there, it's like, okay, like I got back in the groove. So I feel like nature, sometimes magazines, going back to like old fashion shows and watching what they were doing. I love that. Looking at vintage Vogues. Like if I go thrifting, or my mom likes to go to antique stores, I do like to go through their magazines because yeah,
I didn't even know antique stores had magazines.
Yeah, sometimes they carry like old magazines, and it could be old Vogues or L's, and that's a great place to look at what were they doing before that maybe is coming back into trend right now and people don't even know about it.
Yeah, and that was another thing I was going to ask you, because not only do you have to keep up with like content trends, you also have to keep up with like makeup trends.
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
What is like, what's that like to have to constantly try to like be on the ball? Or do you I guess let me restate this. So like, do you get a lot of clients at like different points being like, well, I want this type of makeup, and then you're like, oh, a lot of people are starting to want certain things?
Yeah, that definitely happens. Like right now they're very big on, unfortunately, the clean girl makeup, the Rhode, the Hailey Bieber, Sophia Richie like style. But just last year, maybe the year before that, it was very big on like the fox eye trend. Everybody wanted like that foxy eye kind of a thing. So to me, I love change. I don't mind it. I don't feel like I'm a creature of habit. I like changing, just like how I like to change my style. So I like to be on top of it, because I like to test it out myself. I'm not a one makeup style only. Today I was like, no, I need yellow. So I did yellow eyeshadow to match my shoes.
It literally looks perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I like it. I feel like it keeps you on your toes, and it doesn't allow you to fall behind. Because this career, I have seen a lot of very talented artists that maybe were already very established when I started, and they've fallen behind because they've stuck to maybe like the 2010s style makeup. So that is only just one demographic that's going to book you for that. You don't know how to do maybe like a cut crease right now, or this or that, or it's just not like what you promote.
And what is some of your personal favorites makeup wise that you do?
Like trends for right now? I love, I think it's called like the office siren. So style.
I think I heard.
So these are like cool tones. Like it's like a gray smoky eye. Fantastic. I absolutely love it.
That's awesome.
I do love a soft glam. That I think is going to stay forever. Love a very blush look. I definitely have blush blindness, unfortunately. So I always have to tone it down a little bit. Hate the laminated brow. I don't feel like everyone can rock it.
Like the...
When it's too spiky.
Yeah. When it's like that one girl, like Huda. Like her eyebrows from Love Island, like that type of thing.
She has great brows. Right. Oh, she has great brows.
But like everybody wants to do it, but it's like you have to have a specific brow type, I feel like, to do that.
I feel like there's no rules with makeup. Like you can do whatever you want.
No, I know, definitely. And then so like in your career, like you were just talking about like your creative ruts and whatnot. What other challenges like have you faced while, on the journey of your career, do you feel like was like one of the biggest obstacles to like overcome?
That's a good question. I feel like there's a few obstacles, and I think the biggest obstacle is yourself. Because at least me, I have gotten in my own way. And that's just like doubting myself, doubting like my work, how far I've come, what I bring to the table. So I feel like you could be your own biggest obstacle. Another big obstacle that I've noticed in this area specifically, mind you, I'm from Miami and I have a lot of mutuals and coworkers from over there, is kind of just the way they run business makeup wise, like on this coast is so different from my friends over on the other coast when it comes to pay, when it comes to like acknowledgement for, you know, clients, networking. It's a very different vibe. So, but I'm a chameleon. I could kind of just move, you know, however I got to move with whatever people I'm with. So I'll just go with the flow. But yeah, it could be kind of weird sometimes, but I think the biggest obstacle is sometimes yourself. Yeah,
100%. And then so what other ways do you feel like you get in your own way? Like, do you get in your own head about, like you said, like your own work, like doubting your own work, or just, you know, like you said, moving the goalpost of, dang, I'm not, you know, I'm trying to get to the next level over and over again.
Yeah, definitely. Getting in your own way could be about content, really, because now it's, I feel like I get burnt out when it comes to content every few months.
No, 100% guilty.
You know,
guilty as charged.
It's so hard, like, and the reason that I say it's hard, you know, the editing part is probably the hard part, not the filming part, because that's the fun part. Yeah. But also that it's like, man, I have to consistently do this, because if I stop, it's almost like social media punishes me for taking a break. Yeah. Then when I try to go back into it, the numbers are not matching. Like nobody likes what I'm putting out. But then you are consistent. Now people think you try too hard. Now, no, it's true. Now, all of a sudden, sometimes you might not get a lot of engagement, and it's like people are tired of seeing you. So then you're like, which one is it? Do you want to see me or not? You know, kind of a thing. That part's hard. And doubting your work. I definitely have been a victim of comparing my work maybe to artists that are much larger than me, have been in the industry longer. But what I've come to know, people only post the best of their work.
Yeah, no, 100%.
They're also going to have days where they have clients that don't like the makeup that they did, or they didn't even like it, or you know what I'm saying? So we're on the same struggle bus.
Yeah, no, seriously, 100%. Yeah, 100%. And then do you ever really struggle with that at all? Like outside opinions, like about, you know, like you said, like, oh, she's trying too hard or whatever. Do you ever struggle with that at all? Like, do you experience that?
No, I don't care.
Good.
No, really. I am so proud of myself, of like the confidence that I've grown over the years, because I felt like as a kid and kind of early teenager, I had no confidence in myself. And now I'm just like, oh, you're talking about me? Good.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's a worthwhile conversation, you know, like I just don't care. And I'm like, great.
That's how you know you're doing something right, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. And to me, it's like, I'm so confident in myself, who I am, what I bring to the table, that it's 100%. Like, and the people around me that are truly like around me, man, come on. Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here. Like,
100%. And then, like, it's also just so hard. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like people can also feel like when someone's very, like, sure of themselves and, like, they know what they want and they are doing what they love and they're just, like, putting it out there. Like, some people are just so quick to have something to say about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's so easy to just, like you said, like, I don't pay any mind at all, because it's like, what? Like, how are you hating on somebody for doing what they love?
And trying.
Like,
why don't you try something?
No, literally.
Like, that's what you have to,
No, 100%.
What I told you when I sat down, like, I want to get caught trying. That's actually from a speaker that I went to a social media class in Atlanta last year.
Oh, very
and
cool.
I think her name is Rachel. I don't remember her last name right now. But she said that. She's like, I want that to be y'all's quote. I want it to be, you guys want to be out here trying to get caught trying. And that's the thing, that because of social media, it is in that awkwardness of you're putting yourself out there and you're trying something. You're trying for your business. You're trying to get your fitness goals. You're trying whatever. So people that don't try, or are just like those, like, what is it called? Like spirit monitors.
Yeah,
on, like,
right.
Social
like
media.
What?
They just
watch. They love to watch.
But you know why? Because social media has changed so much.
Yeah.
They're not about to be posting themselves trying anything. Like, they're used to the old IG. Where you would post your coffee and that's it. And people were like eating it up.
Yeah.
Hey, it's so good. So that's why I'm saying, man, it is what it is. Yeah. It is what 100%,
it is. 100%. And it's funny that you say that too, like being from Miami, coming over here, like you said, I'm sure that's in the industry, especially, well, honestly, any industry. Miami to come here, like, that's two completely different things, maybe. Like, you know, like even the creative industry, like that's why I started Powerful Mind to begin with, was to build that creative community in this area, because the next biggest like creative community is Tampa. And then after that is Fort Myers. And it's like, dang, what about every city in between, you know?
Yeah.
And there is so much talent. Like, you're a perfect example of that, you know, of wanting to, you know, give a platform to like say like, yo, like, this is why we do what we do, you know, and to uplift each other, because especially in these smaller areas, sometimes it can feel like there's so much more people wanting to just like bring it down than lift it up, you know? And like you said, it's super important to really like fall back on the people who truly support you and truly see you for, you know, what you're doing. And more than half the time, well, I always like to say, ain't nobody know anybody's journey at all. Yeah. No, you can't even fathom half the things that I have to go through to do this, or half the things that you have to go through to do, you know, get to the point where you want to get to. And so like, what does your supportive system look like for you?
My supportive system, I am so grateful that I have such a beautiful family, and I have great girlfriends like in my life that listen to me rant all the time. Even if they're not makeup artists, even if they don't do like, now that I think about it, I only have like one friend, she's in Miami, that like creates content as well, but the other ones like don't, you know, they just consume content, don't really create it, but they will still listen to me rant. You know, Lou of course listens to me rant, my family. And when I go back to Miami, I'm there all the time. I think that's a great time for me to disconnect, because I think when people think Miami, of course, they're thinking
the craziness of it, but
South Beach. That's not the real Miami to us that we've been born and raised there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I go back, it's like coming back home, coming back to be like grounded. Like I'm walking down the street to go see my aunt, my cousins. I'm walking down the street because my dad works across the street from where I live in Miami. So it's like, you know, having breakfast with him every day with my brother, talking. It's a very big family. I'm very family oriented. And I think that like definitely helps.
That's beautiful. Yeah. It makes you what makes you remember why you do what you do? Like when you are in like a creative rut, or, you know, are just feeling a little bit down versus having the high highs, which we're about to talk about too.
Yeah, I think I just remember like little Jael. I would play with my mom's like makeup, and then I would draw, and I started drawing and painting at a really young age. Really, maybe 3. I don't know, like very young. Yeah. So I just think of that person, and I'm like, man, if there was a way for like little her to meet me, or 10-year-old me, especially like 13-year-old me, like I think that's when I was at a very big low, you know, confidence wise, like emotional. I think back, I'm like, that girl was so hurt, and that girl was like, so I think, man, I'm like, she would think I was so dope. Like she would absolutely worship me, you know, and it's her, literally. So I kind of think back to that, and I'm like, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Yeah. And then so on the flip side of that, like, what are some of your best moments that you feel like you've had in your career?
Best moments that I've had.
Some moments that you're like, heck yeah, I'm doing the thing.
I'm doing it. Okay. So a recent one from this year, I worked on a hairstylist that I'm actually going to get my hair cut by her soon. And I love her. Her name is Canidia. She's in Orlando. She is very big on social media. And I've been following her for a long time. Yeah. And I had always told her, you know, if you ever want your makeup done, I'm here. Bro, from here to Orlando, it's still like 3 hours. But I was like, whatever. The day she tells me, like, I'm ready. So she hit me up literally a day before, and I was like, okay, let's do it. And I went up and I did her makeup. It looked amazing. Social media ate it up. She loved it. That was amazing. Yeah. And I've done a few brides like out of state, and that has been good. Especially I went to a South Carolina bride, my bride Daniela. Nice. She is so sweet, so beautiful. And I got sick on the flight. No. I had 104 fever on the flight. A flight attendant had to get me like Tylenol. Oh my gosh. And they put me in a row where I had the whole row to myself. Got there like at midnight. The next day, to be honest, I still don't know how I did that makeup for her and her bridesmaids. Because I was sitting in a chair and I was just trying to breathe and do it, but they all looked beautiful. I did it at the end of the day. And I think most recently, I don't know if you saw, but I got into a bad car accident. And I was on my way to a bride. Car got totaled. Could have died, you know. And I was with my friend Ashley. She's amazing. And literally the cops were like, well, how far are you, you know, from where you were going? Gave them the address. He said, you're 36 minutes away. And he's like, do you want to sit here and wait at the sheriff's office for someone to get here, or we could take you? It was 2 hours so somebody could get to me, because it was like boondocks. I was like out in the middle of nowhere. And that's to me a high, because I'm like, I not only prove to myself I'm the strongest person I know, but to everybody that saw that video where it's like, I put everything to the side and I'm like, we're going to do this bride's makeup and her family, like everybody on the list. And I think that was a big thing for me because none of these people, you know, they're not celebrities, but they're real people.
Yeah.
And I feel like I made their day the most special day. Two were brides and the other one, Kenidia, the day she got her makeup done ended up being the day she got proposed to.
Wow.
And she said yes. So it was nice. Yeah.
Let's go.
So those are like 3 highs, I feel like.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That's awesome. That's wonderful. Yeah. And that's super cool. And thank goodness you're okay. My gosh. I saw that and I was like, wow, that's crazy on your story.
It was insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, thank goodness. And that's cool that they're like, we could just drive you.
Listen, me and that cop, he was from DR.
You're like, we're tight. We're tight now.
Like,
you're my homeboy.
Yeah. And I got the escort. So I'm like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah. You're like, let me know if you ever need anything. I got you.
Right? I'm like, makeup? We can fix those dark circles you got going on there. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So what are some like next things for you that you want to do in your future?
Okay. I want to go to a brand event. Not a brand, a few brand events.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to dabble like my foot in there. The only issue is every time I get an invite, it is like same day, if not next day. And it's all in Miami. So I'm like, that's been hard. Yeah. So definitely brand events. There is one like influencer. To me, she's a celebrity. Yeah. That I've always wanted to work with. She's been on my mood board, my vision board for like 4 years now.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's Kayla Nicole.
Okay.
So that is my girl.
Yeah.
I follow Tribe Therapy. I follow like her podcast channel.
Yeah.
If I were to ever network with someone that knows someone who knows her, I would love to do her makeup. Like that is a huge thing. And 1 year is going to happen. Hopefully it's 2026. So
oh yeah, absolutely. We can see it. We can see it for you.
Yes.
And then I noticed that you also get like a lot of PR packages. I want you to like put the people on game. Like, how do you even do that? Like, how do you be doing that?
And you know what? I got to make a video on that because I don't need to gatekeep that. Like, honestly, it's nothing to gatekeep. One, you have to post content, though. I've seen a lot of people ask me, like, how do you get, I want to. And when I look at their profile, they ain't even got a profile picture. I'm like, I'm like, what's going on?
You're like, wait, break content for what? What?
Yeah, so you have to create content for sure. Create videos, like, showing off products, but really reach out to the brands. So there was a point last year where I was reaching out to like 10 brands a day.
Oh, wow.
And I was pitching just on DM. Yeah. Hey, can I have your marketing email? Can I have your PR email? Some of them would answer, some of them would not.
Yep.
I've gotten a lot of no's. Like, there's still brands I want to work with. Fenty, I never worked with them. You know, MAC Makeup by Mario, Danessa Myricks. I'm still trying to get on Danessa Myricks PR. Still not there, but I'm so proud of where I've been. I've gotten one size. I've gotten L'Oreal, Maybelline. So no complaints.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, but there's nothing to gatekeep, but you do have to reach out to the brands and then you can sign up to creator programs. Obviously they do check to see if you're like, putting content out there, but there's Creator Deck, there's Obviously, and let me see, Obviously, Creator Deck, and Aspire. So those are just 3 off the top of my head.
Yeah.
If you create content, you sign up, you link your socials, and they will email you if they have campaigns that, they could send you products. So that's really just it.
Okay.
But a lot of them has been me reaching out.
Yeah. And then what have been some of your like favorite PR packages that you've received?
Ooh, there's been a lot. I love anything from Camille Rose, anything from AG Care. Definitely the one size one was huge for me because I'm like, this is a huge Sephora brand that knows who I am, and I got a lot. Like, I didn't have to buy setting spray for a few months, which was huge. So I think the one size one was absolutely incredible. Yeah. That's
awesome. That's great that you're putting people on game. Again, she put you on game on how to do it. So you better do it or else that's on you.
Exactly. Got to put the work in.
And then just because we're about to wrap up, we have a little bit of time left. Okay. What is one piece of advice you would give to young makeup artists who are wanting to really get into the industry?
To young makeup artists that are wanting to get into the industry, do not buy everything that you see other makeup artists use. You got to figure out what you like. Number 2, this is a very hard industry where you will be pushed to your limits and tested. So you have to have thick skin. Be okay with receiving constructive criticism. And sometimes it's not going to feel constructive, but you need to take it and apply it. And number 3, you're never the best. There's always someone out there that's better. So network and grind. I don't still think I'm at my best or peak. I'm a lot better.
Yeah.
And I love how it's looking right now, but I know I can be even at a further level. So I would say those 3 things and just don't give up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You guys heard it here first. Thank you so much for coming on. Would you believe it's already been 45 minutes. Isn't that crazy?
You're joking?
We could literally yap for like another 2 hours.
I'm ready.
Actually.
Bring the espresso martini. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I know. No, so
crazy.
that's dope. I know. It's literally been 45 minutes. That's crazy.
God,
That went like that. Like when he gave me the 10 minutes, shout out Ish behind the camera. I know. I was like, no way. I thought we had. Okay. Right. Because we got like 53 minutes total. Yeah. So y'all also make sure you tune in because we're about to do a brand new segment. She's about to be the first one on the new segment.
What can I say? I'm a trendsetter.
So make sure you go check it out. The Real will be on Instagram. Go ahead and tell the people where to find you at.
So you can follow me on Instagram. It's going to be Jael Cameus MUA. That's Jael Cameus and then MUA for makeup artist. And that's the same for my TikTok as well and my Facebook.
Awesome. Yay. And as you guys know, make sure you go ahead and go to the Instagram at powerfulmind.official. Make sure you like this video, comment on this video, subscribe, check her out. All her Instagram and information will be down below in the bio. And as always, baby, we will see you next Tuesday. Peace.